like to have you share maybe 3 takeaways or parenting tips for parents of boys in particular.
Recognize that the behaviors, the challenging behaviors, are calls for help, and that your sweet boy needs you to answer those calls for help with love, with patience, with connection, not with isolation or shame or punishment. If that's hard for you, that's okay. It's not how most of us were raised. It's not what we're seeing in the media. So no need to feel ashamed if it's hard, but it is important, if it's hard, that you work on your own emotional healing so that it gets easier. It's not an overnight fix, but we didn't talk about the tool of listening partnerships, which we talk about in the book, Listen. But whether you use listening partnerships, which is a trade-off of parents listening to one another without judgment or advice, or you use traditional therapy or journal writing or meditation or whatever it is that you use, you want to be sure that you're doing what I like to call getting yourself into good enough parenting shape. Not perfect, but good enough so that you can show up most of the time in ways that you can feel proud of. Let's see. I mean, I guess the other thing that I would say, and I said this before, but if your boy is struggling, it's not your fault. And the more parents I work with, the more clear it becomes that the environment is playing a huge role in the challenges that our boys are having. So while you probably feel pulled towards and are being told to, that something is wrong with him, that's not really a useful perspective. I think it's more important to look at the environment, notice if anything, if there's anything we can shift to help the behaviors improve. And if not, then absolutely, let's research and let's get him the help that he needs. But whatever kinds of therapies you end up using or seeking out, connection needs to be at the center. There is really no place for controlling parenting. It's not going to get you the results that you want. So I mean, I can go on, but I think those are the main things that I want to say. Oh, and one other thing that I wanted to say, because earlier we were talking about how it's great if you can get in early and start parenting with connection, using these tools when your child is young. If you're listening to this and you've got, a 13-year-old, a 15-year-old, I don't want you to feel like it's too late. It is never too late. It is never too late. Yes, special time, that one-on-one time we were talking about earlier, it's going to look different with a teen, but still you want to make yourself available. You want to show that teen over and over again, like, I'm going to make some time for you. I want to hang out. And if they push you away, you come back the next day and say, hey, I've got 10 minutes. You want to do something? No. Okay. Don't take it personally. Then the next day you ask again. Eventually they will come around. Yeah. So I think those are the main things that I wanted to say.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. And I think, especially with teens, I think, you gave a great tip. They will push away, but, you need to keep persisting and just let them know you're there, right? And
yeah, there's always a sweet boy underneath those behaviors. The behaviors are just behaviors. So we've got to keep our eye on that sweet boy underneath and do whatever we need to do to dig him out.